All right. All right. Thursday, 13/07, 30 seconds, year 2020 or year 2024, first month, January 18th day. So, here we are. Here we are with today's ice shed trending subject: ice collapse, roof collapse. There's one going in there. It's dripping from up there. So not much water in that one, but there's a drip. There's this one here from the hole up there. A little bit of water drip in there, so put that in the bucket there. But these buckets are filling. That one, this is the major one right here. This one drips. This one's always dripped though. This one's always dripped too, but it's not wanting to drip much lately. This bucket was 6 inches full of water, so this is a heavy dripper right here. These ones over here didn't drip much at all. I was able to get that lined up more. There's a drip here. I need an extra bucket thing. So this one had some water in it. This one hasn't had much drip in it, but this is dripping all over the nice hardwoods here. But like I say, it's all dried out inside. If it gets water on the outside, it's really not that bad. This one is dripping though. This one's dripping now. So need something there. Here's a catch. This is got glass things in here, so you have to remember that there are some glass catches in here. This is an old piss jar when the rocket stove was in. A lot of this is condensation. There's a hole up there. It's kind of raining out. Yesterday got some of the wood and put it on the fence area. So here's what the roof looks like now. Pretty much all the ice that was on the roof melted. And this was the part that you couldn't see it, but it's all melted there now. So anyway, things are somewhat wonderful. Just waiting for that one to catch. Whatever. I suppose I could put some tape. There's some tape here. There's plenty of gray tape. Just wait for it to get really dry and put some tape there. Tape the stuff up. So have a thing of aluminum tape right here. This is like metal tape. Whatever. Or, so that's that. So now it's a matter of cleaning out the wood stove again and starting another day. Of course, in here, got a thing of water. Brother can smell fresh smells in here. from, it could be that there's water dripping somewhere inside the roof somewhere, but it can't be seen. It smells different down here now, but it's probably from agitating all the scent up in the attic. So this one's not dripping anymore. So here's the drums. Yeah, all the scent agitated from the attic. So that'll be I guess the brother could go upstairs and monitor the buckets up there, but that's wonderful. All that is wonderful. So might as well have empty out the wood stove. The first thing is open it up. There's an unburnt piece of wood in there, so get that out. This piece right here, unburnt. So I'll just set this on top of the stove for now. First things first is get in here and scrape off the top of the bricks. And it is nice to know what has been going on with the roof up there, because I just haven't got up there to inspect anything in a long time, although it's been subconsciously, subliminally there. So what seems like a bad thing for me being robot controlled, radio remote robot controlled through the Vatican extraterrestrial, what seems like a bad thing also has a wonderful side to it, a good side. It got me to pound all over the roof and poke holes all over the fucking cat rain shed to get me to be conscious with water dripping through the roof. And so it got me to go up to the roof and see that there have been a couple leaks up there. And the main ones are on the edge near the gutter, which drip down into the walls, which explains why the ants were coming up out of that door out of the back door back there. So, once again, what seems like a bad thing being remote controlled through the Vatican, because only 79% robot control or 21% soul is an honest assessment where I'm at. Although most people are still at 99% robot control, but they're not even conscious that that's what's going on. As it could be. However, in the evidence that is examined through this thought and body action, yin and yang, yin and yang, yang and yin, thought and body action. It's not mind over matter or thought over body, although predominantly, yes, it's been like that. But it's not being celebrated on the stage saying, if I can think it, then I can grow rich, which is mind over body, thought over body. That's not to be celebrated. It should be thought equal with body, because these bodies have been dying all over the place. Tree bodies, grass bodies, leaf bodies, food bodies, human bodies, animal bodies, celestial bodies, stars, planets have been dying. Look into the sky, see a shooting star. That's a star that died. That's not to be celebrated. Wow, Mommy, I saw a shooting star. Yes, that was great, Johnny. No, it wasn't great. Mind over matter is not to be celebrated. That's the martial arts concept that comes out of the Yin Yang culture. And it's different than Yin Yang. And even the symbol shows that things are equal. But martial arts does not celebrate being equal, folks, when it's fully examined. Well, I shouldn't have said folks, but... Anyway, so yeah, being robot controlled. And as uncomfortable as it is. 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 This is the story that this auditor exposes. The exposing. The exposing. Now the brother has to shit. The sisterly brother has to shit. Okay, the yin is the sister energy. Okay, there is no more water leaking down on this one. Okay, so the sisterly brother. Now, because of the king energy or the yang energy or the thought energy or the think and grow rich energy, and there's nothing wrong with think and grow rich. There's a good side also to think and grow rich. It's just that predominantly think and grow rich has been used abusively and stuck in the mud with the abuse. Predominantly. The whole society is based on this. It's yay for the rich and to hell with the poor. It's the rich doctors steal the creditors from the people, the constitutional people too, the republic constitutional people. The kingly rich children that are stuck on abuse with being in power, which is also the child that has locked itself in the box and is not conscious with Sharon equality. It's just a young little baby. And it's been in the motherly, universal motherly energy, the equality Sharon energy, the yin yang that's mature with equality, more so than the child, has been letting this mother energy, this yin, this sisterly energy, motherly queen energy, the queen who gives birth to children, and the equality Sharon mother that allows the child to express the new universal revelation. This mother has been allowing the bully mud-stuck child, the smack bull dyke lesbian, state nanny, warrior Wonder Woman have its way. And the smack child is child king, father, son, spirit, and story full of holes. This smack king, bull dyke, lesbian, state nanny Wonder Woman, warrior Wonder Woman, has been allowed to lock itself in the box for its lesson. The motherly energy has been allowing the tyrant child to reign and to abuse her until the mother says, all right, enough of the abuse now. And the mother energy, the yin energy, is expressing the growth that she has experienced and is experiencing and shall continue to experience to greater and greater things. So, this culture that's based on the word balance, which seems like a wonderful thing. However, in the accounting king's abusive mudstuck system, the assessing tax collector system, the attacking silent weapons for quiet wars system, that includes Monarch, Butterfly, MK Ultra Mind Control, radio remote control connected to computer programs, fake media, magic shows, sleight of hand, smoke and mirrors society, predominantly in the yang, abusive, smack, king, Wonder Woman, bull dyke, warrior woman, lesbian, that gave up having children because children always bring forth the new revelation and the new audit, and let the abusing smack mother know that hiding behind the king energy, let that Wonder Woman doctor know. You're being mean, state nanny. You're being mean, mother. A stepmother, that would be the wicked stepmother. It's the Cinderella story, the wicked stepmother. That's the Cinderella story. The Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz movie. That's what children bring. New birthed children, new birthed ideas, new birthed thoughts. Wonderful thoughts, not thoughts to keep the body down, the yin down, the original mother energy down, not thoughts to keep it down, thoughts to help to raise and to live forever. But the little warrior child, smack king, Wonder Woman, lesbian, bull dyke doesn't like children like that audit expose what's going on with the energies, the yin and the yang. Doesn't like it. Now that the shit's out, it's time to wipe the ass. Got the freshly wet cloth right here from yesterday's bath. So just bend over slightly and wipe the ass with it. And look, just a little bit of dark stuff. Not very much. That's some healthy shitting right there. That's some healthy shitting. That's a healthy shit. And it would be much more healthier if it was centered around, see if the toilet shall flush. There's the poo-poos in the daily shit. See? Those are some bean, that's bean dip. That's with the potatoes and the bean dip. The toilet's having a hard time flushing, but it eventually flushed. It eventually flushed. So there's something going on in the pipe still. Must be the cold weather that's causing it to have a hard time to flush, or something. Something might be frozen in the pipe, or it's hard to, could be. But here's the Hisnia belt, and here's the bulge, just a little bit in there. I suppose for educational purposes only. There's the bulge sticking out right there more. See the bulge? It's not out very much, but it's wanting to peek out. And then, of course, off to the side down here is the meat, the testicles and the penis. This is body celebration anatomy. The body. The body is not something to be ashamed of. That's what the smack, bull dyke, bully, Wonder Woman, state nanny, king, father, son, spirit full of holes, the Holy Spirit energy has done. That's the societal energy. The body is to be under control and to be ashamed of and shunned. And it's supposed to die. And it's supposed to be injured. And it's supposed to be in a slave job, whipped all the time, under a schedule. And the auditor rises up. That's the queen energy, the law, the lawful affidavit that puts a claim on the record, a real claim. That energy says, no, 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 child. There's no need to be continuing like this anymore. It's time to grow up. This is called becoming conscious with what's going on with the societal, quote unquote, norm. Think and grow rich when it's seen for what it really is. Instead of, the reality is there are creditors, universal creditors to the universal bankruptcy that should be having equal access to all resources, all technology, astral travel, time travel, morphing into any shape that the living organism wants. Everything that can be thought. The imagination is infinite. Limitless. It's not limited liability corporation. Keep things in a slave death system, stealing system, doctor suck system. Vaccination dictionary, my definitions, and do what I tell you to do, and bend over, kiss my ring, pay me the tax. The tax heavy burden system. Eh? That does not need to continue abusively and stuck in the mud with it. No, 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 child. Mama loves thee. Mama loves thee so much to audit expose thee so that thee can become conscious to the self and what the self-destruction has been emanating all over the worlds. The whole universe has been like this. Consciousness. Anyway, so go back here. And another wood stove event. Actually, there needs to be the wood stove event has been interrupted with another educational purpose. Another wonderful educational purpose. Another wonderful educational purpose. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. So this is what's been going on with this lightning bolt. This thing has been sliding. So look at that. That's why it hasn't been fitting into the lightning bolt sometimes. It has been bugging. I haven't been fully consciousness that that's what's been going on with it. Now, the sisterly brother is fully conscious because he felt it slip enough to figure it out. I see what's going on. That's why it's not going all the way in, which is causing thoughts to happen that the end of the smartphone has been stripped out. And what a fuck shit that would be, because this is the only device here to get internet. This little smartphone. Look, this tiny little smart right here. This is the only device that there is to get internet here. See? Let's see here. This little smartphone, see? Get a close-up. That's what it looks like on the screen. The closer it gets, the more it starts to triple and double. Well, that's wonderful to know. Anyway, his Bell, educational purposes. This is doctor information here. Full audit on doctor's information. This is the private lawful doctor, which is different than the legal attorney doctor. This is the lawful doctor. Sharing and celebrating the body and auditing the body and revealing what has been going on with the body. All the body that's under injury. This is Winston Shrout private information. To be under injury. To have all the credit stolen through the doctor hospital is to be under injury. To be put under slave job taxation, bend over, kiss my ring, let me fuck you up the ass as a pedophile in prison from Bubba. That's being under injury. Under injury. A jury court system that's lopsided with one-sided evidence under in. In is the word hotel where guests come in, and guests in the lawful books in Black's Law Dictionary. The word guest is a dead person in a cemetery, which is what children are considered at the hospital, to be born dead. This is Black's Law's 5th edition. 6th edition, see that? This has been studied enough to know what's going on with the attorney system. And the attorney jaguar. The jaguar. You see the little dots inside the rosettes? If those dots weren't there, this would be a leopard. But the dots are in the rosettes. That's a jaguar with the crushing bite force jaws. There's the legal attorney jaguar, and there's the private maritime law jag. Right, this thought body, private maritime law, wrote up a real contract claim on the creditor birth certificate value, and wrote up the little child smack king, state nanny, bulldog wonder warrior woman, wrote up a peace warrant for breach of contract on that claim, the security agreement that has the claim on the birth certificate, a claim on the body. A breach of contract means that the contract, the security agreement wasn't agreed to, and there was no payment for all the collecting that's been going on when the true bill was sent. So the next affidavit is the 3 days, give them 3 days because they might have been on vacation. 3 days opportunity to cure or to get it right, to respond. But of course they're not going to respond because they know it's true. And also they're not conscious too. They don't know how to respond. All right? So then comes the default judgment. That is the lien. And the lien number at the top of the screen. Also known as the peace warrant. a warrant for an arrest for not paying the bill. Lawful JAG, FOMF, Jesuit General, Lawful Private Maritime Law, Vatican Jesuit General, the master key holder. Advancing, boom. Coming forth from the private, emerging into the public, Winston Shrout style, boom. And consciousness is slowly arising in the public, who this thought-body combination, universal wonder, is. A boom. A boom, a boom, boom, and a zoom, a boom, boom. A boom, boom, and a zoom, a boom, boom. I'm celebrating the queen lawful body energy. Not mind over body. Mind is the word thought. That's what it represents. Father, Son, and the Spirit. The Spirit is thought energy, which is different from the soul. Thought is yang, body is yin. Thought is electricity, body is magnetism. Electricity pushes away, 220 volts, grab the power, pushes away. Magnetism pulls in. The hug, the embracing love from the mother for a child that was born. The warrior throws the child on the ground in the forest for the Jesuit to pick up and raise and then create a society. The Bull Dyke Wonder Woman, Universal Wonder Woman. Bull Dyke stuck in the mud with the abuse. Stuck in the mud with unconsciousness to what's going on because it's just a universal newborn babe from the lawful mother. Educational purpose. This is a hisnia that's popped out of the gut from bodily abuse from the Attorney Bar Association, King Abusive Smack Side. So, this needs to be held in place for a bit. This is a temporary hold until the all-natural cure comes. This is a temporary legal hold. Temporary legal hold coming from the lawful side. Learning all the strands in the DNA. All the twists in the DNA. Similar to a media twist. To know all the media twists in all the the DNA stories that are out there. On the lion pride ego side. Then comes the tigress. And the most powerful tigress is the Siberian tigress from the Russian Asian area. Lives in the snow cold. The Wim Hof energy. Bringing forth the private maritime law information. Bringing forth that which is in the private, which has been hidden. Both good and bad. Not only hidden, but kept in a box in a room. That's a prison planet, a prison universe. Emerging that stuff out into the public. Everything that's going on in the private. To emerge it into the public so that there's full transparency. Full equality. Full Sharon. The Sharon that rises, the rose Sharon, the blue rose. Being conscious with that which is out and that which is within, equally. Being lost in thought. That's the story from Ken Roberts, the commodity trader, the blue rose. There's a book on Amazon to go scope it out. To get some training. What's going on with the thought realm being lost in thought? Controlled with thought over body. Martial arts on the bad side. Although there's a good side to it too. But predominantly everything's been on the bad side, stuck in the mud with it. So anyway, didn't really get a full view during the belt, but there's enough educational videos out there on the channel to go look. So now it's a wonderful thing to come out here, get the Wunschkuckucknol. The Wunschkuckucknol's right here. The tippity tappity, whippity wappity, Wunschkuckucknol. The puppa-dup-dup and the sluppa-dup cup. And it goes there. And this goes here. The Wunschkuckucknol. And I'm telling you, folks, there are high-level Vaticans and high-level ETs that know this information. They know it. And they are also radio remote MK Ultra mind control monarch butterflying this thought body action to bring forth the great universal experiment or the cure, the remedy, the solution. That's why the consciousness is here with being robot controlled. And being remote robot controlled, MK Ultra, monarch butterfly control is not all a bad thing. And it's a wonderful thing to be conscious with the things, the energies. And the word, but getting back to the word balance. The word balance is used to celebrate a debt to be paid. To pay the tax debt. That's what the word balance is used in today's culture. The word balance means, and it is a mean thing when it's stuck in the mud abusively with it. It means to pay the smack king energy that with what he wants. Total dominance. Become a slave and pay the bill. That's what the word balance in the accounting system means that most people aren't conscious to. They think going around saying balance, balance, balance is a wonderful thing. We must have balance in society. And the smack king, wonder state nanny warrior woman, lesbian who doesn't like children, she's glad when that word is celebrated that yes, we must have balance. But there is no consciousness with the word balance going on. Most people think balance, they think ballerina and to have equality is the word balance. And that's not what balance means. Balance means to bring things to a zero account on a fake book that's been altered, falsified, fraud. That's what balance really means in today's culture. And it's been like this a long time. Although there is a good side to balance. But it's all rooted in the culture. And the culture's rooted in pay me a debt. You owe me. And no, mother does not owe little brat child actor. No, 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 no. And everything you stole from mother-in-law, legal eagle dressed in vulture's clothing, you must give back. It has to be given back for there to be real balance and the word balance to be celebrated properly. Otherwise, going around using the word balance is a celebration to the debt collector. The tax with the axe to chop off anyone's head that dares reveal the latest universal information, lest the bully have to put out another mask mandate, a gag order, and a sting spider's dictionary web needle, Webster's dictionary. Being conscious to this, conscious to the energies, the yin, the yang, consciousness, some call it the ascension, but most those in the ascension realms aren't conscious to what's really going on when Winston Shrout comes forth as guru YouTuber and then gets thrown in federal prison. And everybody thinks, this private maritime lien information, it doesn't work. The head Winston Shrout's been cut off and thrown in federal prison. Let us run for the hills lest we get thrown in prison too. And they ain't conscious to what the real universal law is, to stick with it and stand beside it securely and confidently. Because they themselves are still just children. Young little babies that are not grown into full consciousness. This information in the private, folks, is what is the information that is emerging into the legal public. All the private lawful information, which includes everything private that goes on in the behind four walls in a house or in an office or out in a child sacrificing grove in the woods, thinking no one sees and no one's ever going to know what's really going on. And it ain't a good thing to have full transparency. Thinking that it is not a good thing to have full transparency and to continue the shit fuck charade. And it's not very sure, although it seems like it's been a charade for many centuries. Any attorney can pirate anybody, jack them up in the courts, and steal everything they got from them. Frame them, trap them, all kinds of shit, throw them in prison if they don't like you. That is not that might seem like a charade, a very sure thing to stand at the top and think and grow rich and be in control of everything, abusively and stuck in the mud with it. It might seem like a sure thing, a charade. The grand charade, the grand societal prison planet charade, acting Hollywood act. The grand script, the hospital prescript, the prescription. A sure thing to go around shunning everything, except for those that are in the club. And even at that, there is no honor among thieves in piracy, folks. They will turn on each other at the very second it needs to cover their own ass. They will turn just like Snoop Dogg on the latest Snoop Dogg on the news. Snoop Dogg got arrested for murdering Tupac. Oh no, here comes the next story. Tupac just ratted out Diddy. P. Diddy did it. Well, of course Snoop Dogg's gonna say someone else did it. Because he's gonna save his own fucking neck. Because there is no honor among thieves when it comes right down to it. And who knows if Snoop Dogg murdered Tupac? As far as this thought body is concerned, it is a rigged situation, robot, remote control situation, bully, smack, child, mud stuck, extraterrestrial, Vatican military situation going on with children that have been stamped out and they're not conscious to what's really going on. It's called the blame game on the bad side. when one becomes, when consciousness starts to be lived with. Consciousness. In other words, the word consciousness, this means to be able to see what's really going on. And to see it every second, every day. Consciousness. And to live this way. To live this way. Live with full transparency what's going on instead of sweeping it in a corner or under a rug for another couple thousand centuries and never having a real cure or a solution to the grand universal dilemma. Consciousness. Consciousness. Equality between the thought and the body, between the yin and the yang, between the water and the fire, between the negative and the positive. Equality. Full Sharon. Full Sharon. And enough with all the stealing and whipping. Enough with it. Full Sharon. Enough is enough is enough. Is this becoming clear? Well, this should be becoming clear more and more every day as the auditor audits the lawful queen child energy into the grand rippling Qigong. The gong has rung. Gong! And it ripples across the whole fucking universe. Every day. All the time and without time. Qigong. Dong! Another reality dose. Qigong. Gong! Another dose of transparency. Qigong. Gong! Another dose of Sharon equally. Qigong. Gong! That which is in the private emerging. This is the national, international, universal emergency. That which is hidden in the private, coming forth and emerging into the public. The great again emergency. Qigong consciousness. That which is really valuable. That which is real wealth. Consciousness. Qigong. Just as Martin Luther King Jr. said, he had a dream. He has a dream. There's the Martin Luther Queen energy that says, and the dream is coming. And the dream is here. And the dream is strengthening. And equality shall be recognized and celebrated for all forever. Full transparency. Equality between the yin and the yang energy. The king and the queen energy. Full equality with the children. That is the lawful energy emerging into the public legal, which has been used predominantly, stuck in the mud abusively with the legal side. The vulture and eagle's clothing side. The tiny little child side that needs to be lifted to the tits. That locked itself in a prison universe box and mother-in-law has the key to open up the box, the prison cell door, reach in with the handling arms, grab the child and bring the child that can't help itself climb Tit Mountain. Bring the child up to the top of the Tit Mountain where the nipple is so the child can have some suck. The great fuck suck. The wonderful fuck suck. This should be becoming clear more and more. Remember, the lawful Martin Luther Queen energy. The Queen energy. The dream is emerging stronger and stronger. The dream. That which is inside, known deep inside and far outreaching, knows that it wants to come out. The dream. And it's coming out from the private side. Has to come out from the private side because out in the public, everything has been locked in a box. And if any public official dare announces the real dream, they will be shot from Prison Bubba with his pedophile system. Shot on the spot, folks. This should be very apparent already. It has to come from the private neighborhood. Has to come from the private yard. Has to. Because the little baby child is not strong enough to make it come out in the public square. It has to be from the wonderful private bubble. The private bubble. The private protective bubble. That's where the private maritime lien comes into force. The rebuttal to the doctor's assumed jurisdiction on that birth certificate value, which that birth certificate value actually represents consciousness. The real value. The real gold is consciousness. Consciousness is another word for to examine all the evidence and to have a self-governing choice with the evidence that is self-examined. Anyway, that's all spontaneous song, just like yesterday's video at the end of the video. The song! The universal song that spontaneously erects. The pussy, the spontaneous pussy that automatically gets wet. In full sensation. And the pussy is the law girl energy that's been smacked down by the dick shun. Air ease. The tax, the attacking axe, chop your head off, burn you at the stake energy. Stuck in the mud with it, abusively. So anyway, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So all this ice storm, everything bad that this ice storm would appear to represent, everything bad which this ice storm has appeared to represent, being robot controlled to use a shovel to break all the ice off the roof because it might have collapsed, putting holes in the fucking roof. Holes in the fucking roof so now water leaks through the fucking roof. Being remote controlled to have all that happen might seem like a bad thing, but there's a good side to MK Ultra Vatican extraterrestrial mind control. There is a good side because it causes something to emerge. That's the cry. That's the cry that says, all right, enough's enough with all this self-destruction. The cry. The consciousness. The cry! That's the town crier. That's the town crier. Used to be in the old days, the town crier would stand on the courtroom steps and share the media news that he saw or she saw going on in the town. The town crier that was shut up forcefully. The cry. That's the child inside and outside, but mostly inside, that got stamped out and shut down. That cry cannot universally be stamped out. It won't. The Queen energy shall not be stamped out. Self-expression shall not be stamped out. And that's not just a celebration for a particular stamp out, as in a knot stamp out, tie it all up in a Gordian knot. No, 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 no. There's not going to be celebration with the abuse and continue the big Gordian knot sailor stamp out with the Queen expressive energy. No, no. It won't be stamped out. It won't remain shut up. It's natural to be crying out, to expose and audit what's going on. This is natural. And that is a wonderful celebration. Wonderful celebration. Anyway, so continuing on with getting all the rest of the ash out of here. See, there's ash in here. Lovely, lovely ash. See? Ash in this thing. See that? Lovely ash. The ashes remain. This is symbolic of death right here. I know some might think and call it and want to celebrate it as reincarnation, but this is actually a celebration of death. And of in the legal terms means without the people, without love. Replace of with lawful love. That's the mother energy. So anyway, so that's that. This morning's video. Later, pull the fingers. Pull the fingers.